Are you a lifelong fan of General Hospital?
Are you a new fan who wants to know more about the history of the show?
Do you enjoy talking about the show with others?
Do you find yourself yelling at the TV?
Is your self-care an hour a day in Port Charles?
If so, we invite you to join hosts
Amanda Kimmel
and Shannon Coach at the place where all the hidden conversations take place and secrets are revealed.
Meet us at Pier 54,
a General Hospital fan podcast.
Hi.
Hi.
Welcome to the... Do I normally say hello? I don't know. Okay. Sorry.
I don't know. Maybe I normally say hello.
I don't know. That just sounded weird. Anyway, hi.
Hi.
Welcome to the Port Charles. I think I do. I go, hello. It is. I like singing hello. And you always go, hi. Sorry. Hi, guys. We're recording this on the day that my daughter had her wisdom teeth taken out first thing bright and early. And I've basically been up since 2 a.m. So, because I just couldn't sleep.
Yeah.
I was just afraid of, sleeping through the alarm and not making her appointment that we had to be there at 6:45.
Ugh.
So this week we are going to cover Sonny's businesses, or like the Corinthos mob organization's businesses, because as we know, Jason just took back his half of Corinthos Coffee. And after we just covered the mob, it touched on, these are all of his different businesses. But at the same time, it's like, wait, how many businesses does Sonny really have? And there was one that was mentioned. So the very first thing listed, because it looks like it goes from the bottom up, is formerly worked at the Skylight. And I could not find any information. And it also says that he worked. So he obviously did not own.
Right.
But would that have been pre-Port Charles? I don't remember anything about the Skylight. And there is no information on General Hospital fandom, nothing on a Google search. Do you remember anything about?
No, that had to have been before he came to Port Charles. Maybe that was one of Frank Smith's other operations, which is how he got into it. Maybe he ran that club, and then that's how he knew how to open and run his own club.
Okay, that makes sense.
I'm just going to make up my own background.
No, that's fine.
I've never heard of that.
But there are two that we are not going to really get into because they actually already have their own Port Charles 411s. That is Luke's Blues Club, where he was a former co-owner, and he was a former silent minority partner of Deception Cosmetics.
Yes.
But we will get started on... I guess we could just get started real quick on the Paradise Lounge, because they've also been talking about that a lot with the whole Karen, Jagger, John, and Sonny's background. And it's a real quick little blurb. It just says that the Paradise Lounge was one of the local strip clubs in the city of Port Charles. For the history, it was once owned by Sonny Corinthos, Karen Wexler, Tammy Hansen, and Crystal once worked there as strippers. And Crystal was Stone's girlfriend, who is how he wound up contracting HIV.
Right.
The club was closed by the PCPD in 1993 for working underage strippers. In 1995, Sonny and Luke Spencer renovated the Paradise Lounge into Luke's Blues Club. And the phone number was 555-1081. And Sonny lived in the apartment above the club for a number of years with residents including Stone Cates and Brenda Barrett. So that's not Stone's penthouse, though.
No.
Okay.
No. The penthouse is in whatever building Jason's penthouse is in, or I guess it's not Jason's anymore, it's Sam's, but you know what I mean?
Yep.
It was just, I guess
I'm just wondering, was the club at go downtown Pittsburgh, the condos are on top of businesses. Is that where the Paradise Lounge was that then, or is it more like Bobby's where it just has those rooms?
So it's neither.
Okay.
It is like Bobby's in the way of there's a club downstairs and then the top is someplace to live, but it was not multiple places to live. Like the entire floor plan of the strip club upstairs was the equivalent space. So it had a kitchen, it had a living room, it had, yes.
Okay.
No. Do studios have an actual bedroom?
No,
Okay,
that would
then
just be
no.
like a one bedroom. So there was
Okay,
actually a
so
door.
yeah, there was a bedroom with a bathroom off of it that was his, but then there was a kitchen and a living room and like
You know where the bathroom was? Did he have another bathroom or only the ensuite?
he had another bathroom also.
Sorry.
Well, I
Wow,
was there all
that's
the
quite
time.
the
Right, exactly. So like when they say he lived upstairs of Paradise Lounge, it makes it sound like Bobby's, and that's not impressive. But no, this was an entire, like, you walked in the door and there was a living room, and then the dining area was like just a little part off of that. But the kitchen was like its own little blocked off area that you could see into the living room. And then in
okay.
the back was the bedroom, and it had its own bathroom off of it.
Okay.
So yeah.
But just a little bit more information now that we know the floor plan is
Mm-hmm.
also so it was destroyed in 2010, burned down as Luke's Blues Club. It was rebuilt as the Jerome Gallery in 2013.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And you know what? We should have known that, or we did know that somewhere in our minds, because at one point someone was looking for the address and they ended up at the Jerome Gallery.
Okay. That's just
Like
really
they were looking yeah, they were looking for something from Paradise Lounge or from Luke's, and they went to that address and they were like, "Oh no, it's the Jerome Gallery now."
okay. So I just took a quick peek over there, and it's not one of those the set was rebuilt as. It's like you just said, it's the actual location. And I'm just going to geek out for a second. They actually have the artwork listed.
Oh wow.
Oh, we're going to have, oh my gosh. Oh, okay. All right, back to Sonny's businesses. It just says real quick, too, that some of the following locations have been used as fronts and offices for the Corinthos organization. Others have operated as legitimate businesses.
Corinthos Coffee is a local coffee import business in the city of Port Charles, named after Sonny Corinthos and co-owned with Jason Morgan. Its imported coffee is served at various local establishments, including Perks Coffee. Despite suspicions that Corinthos Coffee may be a front for smuggling illegal goods in the coffee bags, these claims remain unproven. And they have like sliced so many of those bags open and seen that there was nothing. And additionally, they are a consistent sponsor of the annual Nurses Ball charity event.
Yes.
So much wasted coffee. Sonny named the Morgan Corinthos Coffee Warehouse in honor of his son, Morgan Corinthos, who once worked there handling bags of beans. His daughter, Christina Corinthos Davis, also took part in the family business as a bookkeeper for Corinthos Coffee. I didn't realize she was a bookkeeper. I thought she
also worked she was manager for Perks, wasn't she?
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, we'll get to Perks, which I'm sure she's a part of, but okay.
Right. Is produced in various warehouses. Is it really produced in various warehouses? I feel like it's housed in various warehouses. But anyway, produced in various warehouses throughout Port Charles. Many of these warehouses have been destroyed or targeted by rival mobsters. Sonny once had a business office in the Metrocourt Hotel. He established Sonny's coffee shop in December of 2006 as a cover for his illicit activities, often working from an office on the premises. Carly Spencer revamped the decor and introduced a coffee cart. And Max Giambetti was reassigned to the coffee shop when he assisted Carly. Lorenzo Alcazar had a hit woman plant a gun there, which he used to hold Sonny at gunpoint in his office. However, Carly intervened, preventing Alcazar from shooting Sonny and enabling Sonny to critically wound Alcazar instead. In November 2008, Sasha Donev ordered her henchmen to vandalize and set fire to the coffee house. Unbeknownst to them, Olivia Falconeri was trapped in Sonny's office during the fire. Sonny rescued her, but the coffee house was reduced to ashes. Weeks after Julian Jerome took over Charlie's pub, Sonny coerced him into serving Corinthos coffee. However, Julian eventually resisted Sonny's intimidation and stopped serving his coffee. In 2020, Cyrus Renault hired his men to attack one of Sonny's warehouses.
Oh.
Dun, dun, dun. I still think it's weird that they say the coffee is made there.
Right.
Like the beans were made there. We always see them come off the ship. Like that's the whole point of.
Right, that's what they're importing.
Don't let people mess up our
Maybe if
deliveries.
they're getting the beans, then they're grinding them and packaging them.
Maybe.
And they also have their own baseball team, but they don't have that mentioned anywhere.
Yeah.
Okay. But you can see their baseball cards down at the bottom. So I feel like
right.
that's
I know that like caught my attention. I was distracted there.
No, that's fine. I guess from there we could just move on to, well, you know what? I kind of want to read about Sonny's coffee shop. What the heck was that? So it was a local coffee shop in Port Charles, New York. Sonny's coffee shop was opened in December 2006 by Sonny Corinthos to serve as a front for his illegal activity. Sonny frequently worked out of an office in the building. Is that now Volanino's? Or not Volanino's, Pizzulo's? Because that's where his office is now. Is it Pizzulo's?
Right.
Carly Spencer took over decorating and added a coffee cart. This is where Max Giambetti was demoted to working when he helped Carly. This is where Lorenzo Alcazar had a hit woman hide a gun. Alcazar retrieved the gun, went back to Sonny's office and held him at gunpoint. Carly walked in and was able to distract Alcazar from shooting Sonny. Sonny took this chance and shot Alcazar in the head. Hey, we're getting a little bit more info about all that. And then in December 2008, Sasha Denov sent a gang of goons to trash the coffee house and torch it. Little did they know that as the coffee house burned, Olivia was trapped. So I guess that really does fall under Corinthos, because that's one of their businesses, or like but it shows Lulu meets newcomer Logan Hayes. That's where Logan met Lulu. Mm-hmm.
She's probably happy it does not exist anymore.
Probably.
So did you want me to go to Perks then? Because we'll stick with the coffee shop talk. Perks Coffee is one of the local coffee shops in the city of Port Charles. It is located in a boardwalk area with a courtyard, outdoor coffee kiosk, and an indoor coffee shop, which are managed by Aaron Rowland. I have no idea. I'll click on that in a second. Siblings Christina Corinthos Davis. Huh?
He dated Christina.
I do not remember this person at all.
2016. We were definitely watching because we were friends.
Yeah.
No, that was a weird sentence, but you know what I mean.
Yes.
Okay, continue.
Yeah. Siblings Christina Corinthos Davis and Morgan Corinthos have been employed there. No, Christina was the manager. Perks serves Corinthos Coffee, which is also owned by Sonny Corinthos. For a list of food and beverages in Port Charles, refer to our food and beverage list. What?
That's going to be a whole other 411.
Yeah. Oh, that's crazy. On April 27th, 2016, Aaron met Christina Corinthos Davis at the Freedom Clinic. He pretended to be a patient so he could continue to talk to her. She eventually finds out he's there visiting a relative too. Christina was there visiting her brother Morgan Corinthos. Morgan lets her know that Aaron was flirting with her. On May 4th, Aaron is seen arriving at the Davis Jerome house to take Christina out on a date. He also meets a stunned Molly Lansing Davis. Eventually, Aaron was hired to work at Sonny's Corinthos coffee shop, Perks Coffee. Aaron had always wanted to run his own coffee shop. Morgan later got a job there serving coffee. Unfortunately, Morgan had anger issues, like when the new Perks shirts were misprinted, due to his bipolar disorder, and eventually he was fired. A few weeks later,
I believe this was before he was diagnosed, though, too.
Right.
I think I could be 100% wrong, but I do feel like that was.
I'm pretty sure he hadn't been diagnosed yet. I think this was part of what led to them like pushing for him to be seen. A few weeks later, Aaron and Christina sleep together at his place. Later on, Christina tells him that she slept with Parker and he ended their relationship.
That's why Molly was stunned too, because she had come out and then dated Aaron.
Right. The next year, Christina mentioned that Aaron was still managing Perks Coffee. After Morgan's death in 2016, a memorial was held for him in the courtyard outside of Perks. Why
am I with you that I thought Christina managed it?
Yeah.
Or did we just think she should have been? Maybe we just thought she should have been. And in our head, she did.
I guess so.
Okay.
Alrighty then.
And from there, we can go to the island, which I don't feel like that's a business, but he has casinos on it. So
he does.
That has to be generating some kind of money.
Exactly. I want to go to his island.
Right. So the island is a frequent vacation home of Sonny Corinthos, located in Puerto Rico. In 2010, Michael Corinthos is sent to a new hotel on the island. So he also owns a hotel called Copa del Oro, Cup of Gold in Spanish. Michael is kept there to prevent him from confessing to the murder of his stepmother, Claudia Zacara Corinthos, while his father, Sonny Corinthos, is on trial. Sam McCall and Jason Morgan stay with Michael since he tries to escape several times. Jason and Sam leave the island to go to Sonny's trial, and Max Giambetti, Milo Giambetti, and Bernie Abrams are sent to watch over Michael. We're never going to be sad. Not sad.
Over Bernie, I know.
Yeah. In 2014, May 1st to the 30th, Sonny hides Ava Jerome on the island until things died down after her brother Julian Jerome attempted to kill her. When Ava is ready to go home, Sonny comes to the island and reveals that he knows she shot Olivia Falconeri and shot and killed Connie Falconeri. Yep, just as Sonny... Why do we love Ava again? Because she's awesome. Just as Sonny is about to kill Ava, she reveals that she is pregnant with either his child or grandchild.
Oh my gosh.
In 2019, from July 31st on August 6th, Michael took his then girlfriend, Sasha Gilmore, to the island for a romantic weekend. They met Cassandra Pierce, calling herself Sandy Lance, and, quote, befriended them and injected avian flu into her grapefruit. I forgot about that.
Yes.
Poor Sasha.
She's been through so much.
I feel like we just need to do a 411 on her right now, just because I forgot about that. In 2023, Sonny and his fiancée, Nina Reeves, eloped to the island with only close family invited. After the wedding, Michael, Willow, and Wiley return home. Sonny and Nina stay for their honeymoon, while Christina and Donna, also stay to enjoy the island for a little while. Christina unexpectedly runs into Blaze while on the island. So he owns the island, but Blaze is there visiting her grandmother, who used to work at Sonny's hotel. That is going to have to come back. Do you think that Blaze's mom knows who Sonny is? Because it would be her mother then, right? Or her ex-mother-in-law who...
Right.
Oh. Ooh,
She's getting awfully close to him.
This could get interesting. They better make this interesting. Let's put it that way. Let's not lose that little hidden thing that Blaze let slip that we have been forgetting about.
Right.
And then in January of 2024, with Ava in danger, Sonny brings their daughter Avery, and his enforcer Dex Heller to the island for safety. They are unfortunately found and shot at with an assailant unknown. So there's really not any talk of the businesses other than the fact that we know that there are casinos and a hotel.
Right.
And a pool and an outdoor chapel.
And what more do you need?
That's the island. I mean, that has to be generating some revenue. So I will take it as a business.
All right.
Where do you want to take us next?
Pizzula's. I just want to go eat there.
I know.
It sounds like it's a restaurant, but it never seems like it's actually open for people to go eat at.
Yeah, no.
I just...
It's like the front of the front.
Right, exactly. Pizzula's is one of the restaurants in Port Charles, owned by mob boss Sonny Corinthos and former mob boss Jason Morgan. Pizzula's is an Italian restaurant located on the west end of Port Charles. It was first frequented by members of the mafia in the 1990s. Local mob boss Sonny Corinthos previously took his then wife Carly Corinthos there in the early 2000s. After the former owner died in 2009, Sonny Corinthos purchased the building and... my phone moved again. Purchased the building and opened an office there. In March of 2023, at Pizzula's, Dex Heller bonds with Sonny over a dish he made with Gloria Cirillo's recipe card, and Sonny reminisces over living in Bensonhurst neighborhood with her. Frank comes in with pikeman news, and Dex is surprised that he is left out of the meeting when Sonny closes the office door on him. Dun, dun, dun.
Why do I feel like so much more has happened?
Right? That's like the place to go.
Well, because go up to the like the random information section. It says that the freezer is a notable location, but it doesn't mention that Sonny had Dex locked in the freezer.
Right. Jocelyn just mentioned it this week that Sonny had him tied up and hung in the freezer, and then she rescued him there. And when it says dining area, it's that one booth in the bar. That's the only place. Like it looks like there should be like the kitchen is behind the bar, and then on the other side should be a whole dining room where people could actually go and eat. But we never see anyone eating there.
Right. Maybe the dining room is on the other side of that booth. And that's the Godfather table. You know how the Buco de Beppo has the Godfather table? Maybe that's the Godfather table.
Okay. Okay.
Is that a thing?
What?
Like, is that a thing at, like, Buco de Beppo has it?
Yeah.
Oh, now it's getting into the movie. I was just checking to see, like, is that something that you find in certain Italian restaurants, is the Godfather table? Did John Gotti have?
I mean, I feel like not every single one, obviously, because we've been to other Italian restaurants in the area and they don't have
certain ones. But
I mean, I bet the ones that want to just play up that, like Buca that definitely is all about the atmosphere and adding silly things to it. So it makes sense that there's one there.
True. All right. And then we have Volanino's Gym. Let's just put it this way. Sonny is a very diversified investor, though. So we have to give him some credit for that. So some of the notable locations in the steam room or in the gym are the steam room, weight room, and locker room. And it says Chet Driscoll is a former manager, which should just be still manager. So Volanino's is a gym and boxing ring that caters to boxers and fighters in the Port Charles area. It previously has a reputation of only catering to the most serious of fighters. Have we seen John go back there? Why do I feel like we saw him?
Yeah.
I feel like we saw him go there. Okay. But this is where Jagger...
talking to? He has definitely gone there.
But back in the 90s, this is where Jagger would have been fighting, right?
Right. But they didn't... I'm almost 100% positive that that's not what they called it back then. Yeah, it was just like where they went to box. Because it was set up differently. It had like bleachers for people to sit in. Because remember, that's where the boxing matches where Stone and Robin were like together. And so there was like seating there. And the ring was like towards the center, obviously, because then people could sit on either side.
Right. Okay.
And I don't see how you could do that at Volanino's. Like, I don't see where
they remodeled it
pulls down.
Right.
True.
Who knows? Okay. Because now it's a place for all residents to go and get a workout. The gym is frequented and owned by mobster Sonny Corinthos. The gym was named after Alice Volanino, a member of the costume and wardrobe department for the show.
That's so nice.
Yes. And she's actually still there. So she's alive.
Wow.
I think that's amazing, because
they usually don't name things after people until they've passed on. Yes.
Okay. Well, that's awesome.
That is.
All right. So let's go back to the history of it. The gym was first used by Damian Spinelli after he joined an online dating service. He wanted to bulk up. So he and Jason Morgan went to Volanino so that Jason could teach him how to box. So this would have been back.
Yeah.
So it would not have been the one then that Jagger went to. So Jason could teach him how to box. According to Sonny's daughter, Christina, Sonny boxes at Volanino's every morning. This was shown when Sonny sparred with Trey Mitchell at Volanino's because he wanted a chance to get to know the young man who was dating Christina. In December 2012, Sonny bought Volanino's and is still running it to this day. That's why I was thinking, was this the same place? Because if he bought it off of the person that used to do the matches and then he transformed it into a gym. But then soon after buying the gym, Sonny sparred with AJ Quartermain over AJ's desires to become involved in Michael's life. Robert Frank and Julian Jerome had a match at Volanino's over a date with Carly Corinthos. Sonny also spent time at the gym with his nephew, Spencer Cassadine, and taught him how to spar. Dante Falconeri later goes to Volanino's to get a workout and blow off some steam after having another fight with his wife, Lulu Spencer, where Sonny counsels Dante on his relationship with Lulu and encourages him not to give up. And then that ends. So there's definitely been a lot more. It shows Epiphany went in for boxing in 2020.
Aww.
Oh, remember when Chase, Finn, and Gregory were working out in the weight room?
Yeah.
That was at Volanino's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. And that's where Curtis and Devin discuss dealing with disabilities.
Yes.
So maybe we should have Devin be the manager now.
Oh, that would be perfect. And then they could catch up every time he goes in there.
Yeah. Okay.
I like it.
Me too.
Alrighty.
Oh, and when he taught Spencer how to spar, it was little Spencer. Mm. Okay, sorry. Continue.
That's okay. That's okay. We'll go on to Extreme Motors.
This one's always confused me.
Extreme Motors is known as a local car repair shop in Port Charles, New York. I mean, what else is it other than a car place? Oh, pictures of Brando.
I know.
Extreme Motors was once abandoned, then bought by Johnny Zaccara in 2009. Olivia Falconeri would assist him on car repairs while they were in a relationship together. In 2015, Julian Jerome was part owner of the garage. Drew Kane, as Jake Doe, briefly worked at the shop while he was undercover for Police Commissioner Kyle Sloan inside the Jerome organization. I forgot about that. Hayden Barnes goes to Extreme Motors to find Jake and Sam McCall there, but before she can say anything, she is shot in the head, presumably by Sean Butler, who was sent by Sonny Corinthos to kill Jake. While Sam attends to her, Hayden tells Sam that she isn't the only one who knows who Jake is. It's later revealed that Nicholas Cassadine sent an anonymous hitman as well, and it was him who shot Hayden. When she gets to the hospital, she tries to tell Jake who he is, but has a seizure and is left in a coma. In 2020, Sonny gives Brando Corbin a job as a car mechanic at the garage. His first customer is Harmony Miller, and the next one is Molly Lansing Davis, whom he then has a one-night stand with. That was so good.
Mm-hmm.
So good, even though Molly should have felt bad afterwards because TJ was kidnapped, but that's not...
To be fair, not to be fair. They had a fight. She thought it was over.
Right.
Like, so
yeah.
She did cheat on TJ, but didn't.
She didn't know that she was cheating.
It's like Ross and Rachel. Do you think he cheated? I actually don't, because if you go back and watch the episode, she says, we need a break. And he says, yeah, let's go get some frozen yogurt or something. And she says, no, I mean from us. So she even clarified what meaning
We're on a break.
Meant.
Yep.
Have you seen the doormat, though, that says delivery drivers? Were Ross and Rachel on a break, yes or no?
No.
And it's like, put the package on. Yeah.
Oh, that's
I did used to think that he cheated. I used to think, yes, he did. Until one of the millionth times that I rewatched that episode, I picked up on that. Oh, no, you just clarified what we need a break from each other means.
Right. So do you have that, Matt? Because I know you will soon.
I don't, but I so should. I so should. All right, let's get back to GH. Sorry, I just told you.
That's all right.
But everyone knows that Molly and TJ have been together since they were kids. So it's not if you're a newer watcher, that was a rough situation.
Correct. Cyrus Renault stops by to talk to Brando, and Jason Morgan needs repairs on his motorcycle. In September 2022, Brando was killed by the hook. I'm still so angry about that. On Christmas Day 2022, Sasha fulfills her late husband's wish of repairing his motorcycle with the help of Sonny, during which time Sonny reveals the shop is up for sale. Shortly after, with the roads closed due to snowfall, an emergency labor happens at the Quartermain Mansion with Dr. Britt Westbourne's expertise needed. Wait. I thought, though, that Sonny gave the garage to Brando. So wouldn't she have known it was for sale? Like, that would have been up to her when she was going to put it up for sale, because she was his wife.
This is what I'm saying, that I'm so confused about it, because he bought it for Brando to run. Brando was very clear that he was not going to be working for Sonny.
Right.
He was not getting into the quote family business, but it sounds like Sonny still owned part of it.
But he didn't, because Sasha got the money, and that's what. Yeah. Okay. I
know. This is
sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself.
No, it's okay.
All right.
I just read ahead while you were reading. So
okay. All right. That's fine. As the motorcycle is the only thing that can make the trip, Sasha and Britt ride together to the mansion to deliver the baby and save the day. In 2023, while secretly falling into debt by using Sasha's money, Gladys urges Sasha to take a lowball offer for the garage. Sasha turns it down, and Sonny agrees with her decision when Gladys tries to complain to him. On January 26th, when Selena Wu brings up that she's $175,000 in debt for illegal gambling, Gladys offers her extreme motors as the only way to pay off the debt without Sasha finding out. In March
So what right does
2023,
Gladys have to it? And at
right,
what
if it
point did
was
that happen?
Sonny's, right, if it was Sonny's, then there's no way she could have sold it. The only way that she could sell it was the fact that she was taking care of Sasha's money and of her
Oh,
interests.
that's right. Yes. Okay. That's right. Okay.
Yeah,
what
that's
was-
how she
I
was
read it,
able
and
to
I'm like,
sell it. She was like her power of attorney,
he was the
but
guardian.
it was definitely Sasha's to sell then, not Sonny's.
Right.
In March 2023, Gladys is left with no option but to give the garage to Selena to clear her debt. Sonny sees their interactions and is suspicious. Asking his cousin about it, she lies and tells him she sold the garage. Sonny is glad but still suspicious as he doesn't think Sasha was involved in the decision and likely wouldn't agree if she had been. He pushes to get the truth, with Gladys feeling guilty and tight-lipped.
And so even if Sonny did have a small part in the ownership, he respected Sasha enough to allow her to take the lead on it. I can't see him giving that power completely to Gladys, because he would still, even though she was Sasha's guardian,
Right, he was like everybody's guardian. He's not going to
but
let crap happen.
he would not have signed off on Gladys's decision.
Right.
So I don't know. That's where I get confused, because it's like, did he just invest in it and he got like a little bit of money from it? Why
Yeah.
didn't Gladys just offer up a little bit of it? I don't know.
Right, exactly. And then it does have fun trivia at the end. The exterior of this set was also used for the Nixon Falls Firehouse, the Port Charles Emergency Services, and the Amsterdam Coffee House.
Oh, nice. I like when they do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then the waterfront, I guess, technically is his main business, even though it's Corinthos Coffee, quote, quote, because that's his territory.
Right.
I don't think it's one of those things that this, but you wouldn't have said, well, what businesses does Sonny have? Well, we don't know what his business is, but I guess the waterfront works. So then if he runs the waterfront, how is that harbor master fired?
Oh, I don't know.
He's got to work on his management.
Maybe so whenever you look at notable locations, it only lists Pier 52, Pier 54, and Pier 55. So can you own just certain piers? But
and
like
the Elm Street Pier.
Oh, yep, and Elm Street. Sorry, I was just looking at the numbers.
No, that's okay.
So can you just own certain ones?
I don't think so, because I feel like you would be renting the pier that's by your warehouse. You wouldn't own it. I feel like you would be renting that space off of the owner of the waterfront, because I highly doubt that. Okay, now we're getting into this. I highly doubt that each of them are actually, like, someone has to be responsible at the end of the day for the maintenance.
Okay.
Sonny should really be talking to his property management company about that.
Right. We need to know these answers.
But why was the harbor master fired again? Somebody had him fired. Was it Cyrus had him fired? I can't remember.
I can't remember either.
Okay. Maybe this will tell us. So it just says that the waterfront is a section of Port Charles. The waterfront district has traditionally been depicted as severely deteriorated. Maybe they do have separate ownership then. ELQ initiated several revitalization projects throughout the year, such as harbor renovation in 1998 and the waterfront revitalization project in 2014, which created new jobs for the community to redevelop the area.
Right.
So Port Charles is a notable port, as its name suggests. Thank you. The waterfront district has been under Sonny Corinthos' control for over 2 decades, resisting takeover attempts by rivals like Lorenzo Alcazar, Ruiz Brothers, among others. The district houses Bobby's, a local diner, and the Elm Street Pier, favored by notable residents. The haunted.
Do you see that picture? I'm sorry. Do you see that picture of the entrance to Kelly's Diner, now Bobby's, seen on Pier 52? That is absolutely not how I picture that ever.
No.
Okay. Even if that's that side entrance that no one uses anymore.
Right. No.
That is absolutely not what I think that looks like. Okay.
No, because that shows it as a waterfront.
Right.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, you're absolutely fine. The Haunted Star was previously docked nearby. The waterfront promenade features a renowned Perks coffee shop serving Corinthos Coffee. Close by is B/N department store. Okay. Pier 55 provides access to Spoon Island and Windermere Castle. The waterfront also offers a scenic jogging route, including the Bellwether Steps. That's their name?
I did not know that.
That they always come down have a name. Okay. With their stunning harbor views, and hosts the Polar Bear Plunge charity event that we've only seen one time.
Huh.
That we should do again.
Yeah.
The waterfront clinic and community sports centers were prominent establishments in the early 80s. Rick Weber once leased a cottage in the vicinity for himself and Monica Quartermain during their affair. That's right. That's one of my favorite Alan scenes. I don't know why. I really do think it's because of the music that was playing also. It was just like the vibe. Where they were pursued by Alan Quartermain, who sought to end their lives. Sorry, that's not funny. My saying things are my favorites, preceded by a body count, is funny. The Pride Phillips Company, which Courtney Matthews acquired as a thank you from a woman whom she saved, owned much of the waterfront. Courtney then sold it to Lorenzo Alcazar after his passing. Sky Chandler Quartermain inherited and subsequently sold the prized piers to Rick Lansing. Here, you are getting your answer.
Wow.
I feel like this is a whole other 411 on its own, but we're going to at least finish this part. Elm Street is the poorest district within the city and is located near the waterfront. It is notable for being the childhood home of one of the city's most colorful figures, Luke Spencer. His sister Bobby Spencer owned a renovated brownstone on this street, which housed many of Port Charles residents. Alan Quartermain and Mike Corbin frequented this part of Port Charles to meet with prostitutes while grappling with their addictions. And this was 90s Mike.
I feel like the brownstone was not that close to the shady part of town. Like, I wanted to live in the brownstone. It was so cute.
Right. Maxie Jones had a close call with an assault on this street after buying hydrocodone for Lucky Spencer. In a separate event, Robert Scorpio was ambushed by Lorenzo Alcazar's henchmen for concealing Sky Quartermain, who was expecting his child. Alexis Davis and Sam McCall were also attacked on the Elm Street Pier by the text message killer. Sean Butler thwarted a bombing at the waterfront, and later Dante Falconeri was shot in the same area. Fisherman Village is a waterfront development erected by mobsters as part of the Tumble Dry money laundering operation. Dan Rooney. Isn't that one of the Steelers owners too?
Yeah.
Okay. Was the commissioner of the waterfront development, attempted to block the construction due to substandard plans, but was forcibly silenced when a contrived accident orchestrated by Mr. Big, co-police chief Burt Ramsey. In 1983, Scott Baldwin uses Jason Quartermain's trust fund for the renovation of the waterfront pier and builds a mall. Where's the mall now?
I don't know. I mean, all malls are pretty much dead now. But...
No. I think it's the money was earmarked for waterfront pier, and he took it and then built a mall is another way that you could read that, I think. In 1991, Port Charles citizens protested the docking of SS Tracy, a freighter owned by the Quartermain family. Its sinking upon arrival released toxic substances into the Port Charles harbor, resulting in an ecological crisis. In 2008, the year 2008 was significant for the mob on the waterfront. In March, a series of bombs sent by the text message killer demolished an abandoned cannery warehouse on the docks. And that's what happened to the cannery.
Okay.
The Asian Quarter cannery.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Just before the blast, Sonny was in a warehouse meeting Claudia Zakara to hand over her brother, Johnny Zakara. She was on the phone attempting to negotiate peace with an ally and Sonny. At the same time, Trevor Lansing, which is Rick's dad, and a sniper were in a loft of the warehouse aiming at Claudia. Rick Lansing, Trevor's son, and Molly Lansing Davis's dad, and Sonny's brother, have to remember all these things. And Mariana...
Someone needs to tell TJ to read this.
Right. Hold on one sec. So Rick and Mariana were elsewhere in the building, concealing the body of Randy. Carly Corinthos found Michael, who admitted to shooting Kate Howard. As they prepared to leave, a bomb was ticking down. The sniper fired just as the bomb detonated. causing an explosion that everyone survived. Although Carly lost her baby, then not everybody survived.
Right.
Subsequently, the docks were used for a counterfeit prescription drug operation led by Jerry Jacks, which resulted in at least one fatality, a female heart patient. Matt Hunter was the main suspect, but was later exonerated. Later that year, the Russian mob's incursion into Port Charles set off a chain of events. The Russian mobster Andrei Karpov had his cargo ship, the Odyssey, anchored in the harbor. Karpov later tried to kill Sonny by stabbing him and throwing him into the harbor, weighed down by his ankles. Why do I not remember that? Did we just talk about that when we talked about the mob?
I don't think we talked about that whenever we talked about the mob, but I do remember Carly rescuing him.
Okay. Carly rescued him in the nick of time. Week afterwards, Sonny retaliated by killing Karpov. That's a good retaliation. By late December, Sasha Danov was also shot and killed by a sniper at this location. In 2012, a significant shootout took place on the piers involving Jerry Jacks and his henchmen against Sonny Corinthos, Sean Butler, John McBain, and Dante Falconeri. Jerry's boat exploded due to a gas leak caused by the shootout at the docks. Both Sonny and Jasper Jacks were on board, but they managed to swim to safety. There are 57 piers on the waterfront, which have been the scene of numerous events, including disasters and crime, that we are not going to get into. And I actually feel like did we read all this when we talked about the waterfront? I feel like we would have.
I don't know that we did.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing. When I listen to other podcasts and I hear hosts say stuff like this, I'm like, how do you not remember your own podcast?
Because it's 5 years worth of content.
And then I remember when you're in the midst of this, you forget things that you've done.
Yep.
So, I mean, that was a really long write-up about the waterfront. We're not going to get into all of that.
I don't remember us going pier by pier.
So
but we totally could have.
We did an episode called The Waterfront Port Charles Piers.
Oh, all right.
Port Charles Piers. But it was only a half hour long, and it was in October of 22.
Oh, well, we could probably revisit it at some point in time.
Yeah. I just have a feeling that there's no way that we talked about all that in a half hour. If you remember,
maybe we literally just stuck to the.
It's possible. It's possible. So we will do a whole thing about the piers or about the waterfront and go pier by pier. I'm going to have to re-listen to that episode.
There you go.
So I know that one went into like a little bit more detail. I don't know, but here's the thing. It doesn't talk about when Sonny got control of it.
Right.
It mentioned that at one point Lorenzo had it, Courtney had it, and sold the prized piers to Rick Lansing. I feel like Rick is the last. Maybe Rick sold them to Sonny?
Probably whenever he was like trying to be Sonny's attorney. Remember, they were making all kind of side deals.
Because it does say former owner of the waterfront.
Mm-hmm.
But then the waterfront doesn't say who its owner is. Okay. So Sonny needs to give us his own recap of his businesses.
We'll ask him on Thursday.
Like, by the way, who owns the waterfronts? I'm trying to skim Rick without reading Rick.
Yeah.
The waterfront. It's only mentioned once up in his occupation part. So it's not further in there, like he sold the waterfront or gave Sonny the waterfront or anything like that. So, okay. That was Sonny's businesses. So what do you think's going to happen with Sonny not wanting anything to do with Jason, but he's going to have to co-run this business with him for Corinthos Coffee because Jason is half.
Well, that's the problem is Jason's co-owner of everything. Like it said, he's co-owner of Volaninos too. So like they're going to have to make a deal. You run this business, I'll run this business, and we're still going to share profits because Jason's never going to sell out his half of all of those businesses to Sonny.
On the information part, it only says Sonny is the owner.
Well, then maybe it was Paluzzo's. It was one of them that we read.
Sonny Corinthos, Jason Morgan, and then it says former in parentheses, but then it says co-owner. So it's probably former when he was, quote, dead.
Right.
So Pazzulos.
Pazzulos says, owned by mob boss Sonny Corinthos and former mob boss Jason Morgan.
Okay.
So they share at least two businesses. They're going to have to figure out a way to you run one, I'll run the other. And I don't see Jason being able to take over that one because that is where Sonny's office is and he runs all of his business out of there. So
maybe he will buy back Extreme Motors from Selena and he will start working on the motorcycles and stuff.
oh, that'd be cool.
And he'll make a career change into being a coffee importer legit. And then he can teach Danny. And then Jake will be like, oh my gosh, you really did get out of the mob. I'll come learn too. Although Jake's into art. Let's keep Jake in the art.
Does Liz still have her art studio? Why is he not going there?
Remember that was destroyed when Franco died, right?
Oh, yeah. Okay, you're right.
Or no. Hold on. Or
there was something up with it then. Maybe she didn't keep it because her husband was killed there.
Yeah, destroyed, was burned down by Elizabeth while she was in that fugue state. Because that's when we thought that she was being, she was just doing it to herself.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah. Okay. Well, that's it. I guess join us on Monday as we recap this week's show, see if anything's happened with Sonny's businesses.
And have a good weekend.
Have a good weekend. At the pier.
Bye.
Bye.
If you enjoyed today's show, we invite you to go to pier54podcast.com to subscribe on your favorite platform. Don't forget to leave us a review.
And you can also follow us on many social media channels. Just search for Pier 54 Podcast. Also, we are not perfect, so if there is something that we missed or messed up, just let us know by emailing us at pier54podcast@gmail.com.